This is Reality Dispatch, written by Jim Mins.
Evan skimmed the body copy past the first 3 paragraphs. He was familiar enough with the content that he didn't need to go over it again in great depth. What he was after was the hook. That element is something that only an off-the-record source could provide. Janine, his journo, had yet to uncover it. All she had were the bare facts presented in the government media releases and its accompanying press conference. These were the essential facts. But this was boring, straightforward copy. There was no scoop, the element that was going to set their coverage apart from their competitors. It's what he always looked for in a story. It's partly why he had so many journalists leave the paper under his editorial management. His style was too sensational, they'd say. He just wanted to puff up the stories so that their repercussions would live on beyond the presented facts. What was wrong with that? If a doctor sees a shadow on an MRI, do they not investigate further for cancer? He had a self-diagnosed sixth sense when it came to cancerous relationships inside the halls of government, and it was best to sniff them out and expose them to the public at large so as not to prolong their unfettered scrutiny. A cancerous relationship inside the halls of government stifled a government from making good decisions and having good judgment. Best that the newspapers and the media flush it out so that it can be amended and corrected accordingly. That is what he told himself when he went to bed at night. That is what allowed him to sleep soundly. He was not a sensationalist, a fabricator, or the editor of a tabloid. He watched over the masthead of one of the most prestigious in the country. The new Daily Inquisitor had a history, a reputation that Evan wanted to keep intact, whilst ultimately leaving his mark. At 5:53 in the afternoon, he had Janine on the phone, 33 minutes past her deadline. "It's not ready, Janine." "There's nothing more to say, Evan. I'm telling you. You're looking in shadows for nothing. There was an agreement with the Minister and the Department of Energy, and that is the outcome that was enacted," she explained. "I don't buy it. I'm not printing it until you uncover why the Minister and the department head balked at the demands of the private providers. Someone must be willing to talk about a cover-up. There is no cover-up. There is. You just haven't found it. I haven't found it because there is none. There is. I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you. I have Amanda or Nick or Dashir who are all willing to rewrite this for me tonight if you cannot fill this with the copy that I want." He gave his ultimatum. "Capitol Hill is my beat, Evan. I'm the Fed correspondent. No one knows this beat better than me," she said, standing her ground. "No, it is your beat until I say it isn't. Find me an anonymous quote. I don't care. There is a cover-up here, and I want it in print for all to see 1 hour from now. Otherwise, I give it to someone else. I'll call you back." He pulled up a chair at his home office and opened the screen of his laptop. He was presented with a blank Word document headlined, "Editor's Opinion." He spoke out loud as he began to type. "The President and Energy Minister McMahon continue to obfuscate the people in their dealings with One Tech 9 Energy, and the people have a right to know just where their tax dollars are going. The Inquisitor has been inundated with anonymous tip-offs concerning the behind-closed-doors antics of Minister McMahon about not just this dealing, but his relationships, his investment activities, and just whether or not the company he keeps is influencing the decisions he is making as Minister for Energy. Minister McMahon has repeatedly told this masthead that his actions have always been above reproach and that he has never engaged in illegal activity. Forgive me while I wheel court the violins to play while you plead your case to us, Minister. The people deserve someone who is above board and reproach. The Energy Minister has bullied and cajoled and threatened senior and junior members of the public service for far too long, and it is time for someone to call him out. The Inquisitor is not afraid to do just this. He is a debauched human being, and the anonymous claims made to this masthead by senior members of this government appear to be just the tip of the iceberg. The Inquisitor is afraid that with this unchecked power and his history of corrupt conduct, Minister McMahon is a danger to the people of our fine country. We will be keeping a close eye on this situation as it unfolds, suffice to say, when it comes to bullying tactics that threaten the integrity of independent, fearless journalism. Minister McMahon does not scare us, and we will uncover the whole truth. Watch this space. Evan highlighted the text, copied it in an email, and sent it off to Janine at 6:20 before he put his son to bed. He returned to his office 10 minutes after his domestic duties to the sound of his work phone chiming frantically. "None of that is true," Janine's voice scolded as he answered. "Make it true, Janine." "I cannot do that. You will be doing that. Get an anonymous source. You don't understand. No one is taking my call. No one is interested in slandering him with untruths." "Okay. Do you have your laptop open?" "Yeah. Why?" "Take down the following." Quote, "I did see Minister McMahon take what looked like brown paper envelopes in the Senate common areas. I thought it was odd when these were presented to him under the table of the cafeteria." End quote. "Line 2, Evan instructed, a straightforward approach as he spoke in an unwavering tone. "What are you doing?" Janine asked incredulously. "This is your anonymous source. We go to print in 1 hour." "It's not true. We will make it true tomorrow. Get writing." He hung up the phone and was instantly met with another. "Evan Parkins," he answered. "National bullying campaign underway in all schools to be announced tomorrow, boss. A lot of kids are being treated for depressive disorders. It's a national plague. That's what the state schools are billing it as," said Dashir, the education reporter. "Huge. That's good. You got anything?" 800 words. "How far is the rollout?" "Nationwide. Huge initiative. Tens of thousands of children affected. Total curriculum rewrite to combat schoolyard bullying." "Okay, great. I'm going to give you equal billing on the front page tomorrow. The headline will probably read something like, 'The Inquisitor stands with the government on out-of-control school bullying,' or something sharp like that. I want your copy to cover the facts, and I want an opinion talking about how it is high time the government listened and what the Inquisitor has been calling on them to do for some time. To save the lives of our most precious resources, blah blah blah. Give it to me in 2 hours. Tops." "Precious resources. Got it," Dashir said. "Yeah, say something like, 'Children should not have to live their lives facing bullying, made-up innuendo, facing criticism online, and have their childhood shattered over rumors and gossip and untruths. It kills the very fabric of our society, and it's about time someone stood up for them because no one else will.' That's why the Inquisitor will always be the newspaper for the downtrodden, the voiceless, those without measure in society, yada yada yada. You know what to say. Something like that." "Roger." "Good."
For more stories of fact-based fiction, head to jimmins.substack.com.